Are you ready? Can Crushers. It don't really get no better than this the podcast that you're looking for if you're really heavy into wrestling. Hosted by the Mark. Energy that's so amazing. Gotta keep it entertaining. Rep the Can Crusher Nation. Yeah, you know what's going down in the ring. Lights out when you hit a ding ding. Knock 'em out like boom, bada bing. Hold it down, you can crown me the king. Got a shout out to the Miz and Duke the Dumpster. We choke slamming everybody, power driving, hit 'em with a face buster. Yeah, this the show you need and it ain't no need for waiting. Mark, hold it down for the Can Crusher Nation. All about wrestling and keep it entertaining. Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. Time to break 'em, let's go. Yeah, Can Crushers. Yeah, Can Crushers. Let's go.
Hi everyone, this is Ringside Rain and you're listening to Can Crushers Podcast. And now, here is your host, Mark the Mark Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast, the Spotlight Edition, and I am super excited for this one. A friend of the podcast is back. I've been looking for this moment for a long time, this episode, whatever you want to call it. It's been on the docket, and we always have great conversation about him mostly. Sometimes we get to talk about myself or professional wrestling, but it is Malik Mayfield coming back on the show. Kind of an annual thing to have a little discussion of what's going on in his life, and I know there's a lot. If you know that February is kind of CODA-ish around here, we'll dive into that. We'll just know what he's done all of last year. Of course, we'll talk about professional wrestling. Just a great conversationalist in general. So this one's been highlighted on the schedule, so can't wait to dive into this conversation with Malik. But you know we have to do our due diligence. We do. Collar and elbow. Hats, hoodies, tees, all the cool stuff that Al Snow and his hooligans have down there. Go and buy it up. Buy it all up. Buy whatever you want. And then use our promo code CANCRUSHERS. Capital C and Can, capital C and Crushers. You'll save 10% off of everything you bought. That's a pretty sweet deal. Guys, if you're looking for the new Rock shirt that has just come out because he's heading to WrestleMania, apparently. We'll find out more tomorrow night as the press conference happens. But you can buy that too. We have a WWE affiliate code. And as transparent as we are on this podcast, we'll tell you, sometimes you'll get a discount, sometimes you won't. So if you know you're looking for the new People's Champ shirt and you love listening to Can Crushers, go ahead and click on that affiliate code. You'll help support us, and you may get a discount, which is really cool as well. Guys, I have been juiced up on Doobie. I have essentially, since I've done my starter pack that you heard about this past Saturday, to now when doing this energy drink kicks ass and takes names. I'm telling you that. Kind of a testimonial for me until we really get the everything worked out, but I love this. No artificial flavors, no colors, no calories, no random this, that, or the other thing. It's essentially tap water, whatever you want to use, some powder, throw it in there, shake it up, and it continues to give an amazing boost throughout the day. I've taken it in the morning, and now, late on at night, yeah, I'm still jonesed over it. Later on at night, it still keeps me going. There's no crash. There's no afternoon naps after working on the back of a garbage truck or anything like this. This Doobie energy is awesome. Doobie, however you want to say it. I believe it's W. So many things running through my mind right now. DUBBY. And when you order yours, you can order a sample, okay? And you'll get 10% off, or you can go right for the guts and the glory of it, essentially, and get a tub of your favorite. Beachin' Peachin' is mine. I love it. I really do. That's what I'm living with right now. It is a energy drink to keep you awareness. A lot for gamers, a lot for podcasters, but it does it for normal life too. So when you go to DUBBY and you figure out what you're buying, we also have a 10% code there. Imagine that it's Can Crushers. If you're an energy drink guy like I am, you need to wake up in the morning and do some stuff around the house or go to work, actually, this is the energy drink for you. I never thought I'd be saying, hey man, do this energy drink, but I found one that fits my lifestyle, so I hope it fits yours as well. Don't forget, we have merch out there as well. Go to CrowdMade and search up Can Crushers, or the link is in the show notes as well. Also posted on our Facebook, Instagram, X, and Threads, usually once a week. Buy some merch there. Some new cool stuff to be coming, like shot glasses and cups and so on and so forth. Right now we got hoodies and tees, so yeah, all right, you heard it. You want your own spotlight, kind of like Malik. This is Malik's multiple time being on the show. Reach out on any of our socials and or send us an email at cancrusher69@gmail.com. We'll get you scheduled up. We'll get to hear your story. This is why the Can Crusher Spotlight's out there, to showcase independent wrestlers and find out their story, why they love this business. I rambled enough. I need to talk to Malik. Here comes Al Snow to tell you more about Collar and Elbow. We come back. Mr. Mayfield is on the line.
Wrestling. A love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. The wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connects emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
Hey, this is the Barbie Killer, Haley Shadows. I absolutely hate Can Crushers, but I'm going to be on it, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to Can Crushers, guys. You heard how excited I am. It's kind of like a yearly visit. It's just two guys talking wrestling. Sometimes he gets mad at me because I don't pay attention every single second of the year to him. Mr. Malik Mayfield, how are you doing?
Good. How about you, Mark?
Good. I am so glad to hear your voice. We stay in contact throughout the year, throwing snot at each other, but when you're back on the podcast, it makes me smile because I love you.
Great. I love you too, man.
So before we get into the professional wrestling, yada, 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 how's everything going? You know, life in general and everything.
It's good. I'm still trying to move, but there might be a new school opening in Oklahoma, and I'm thinking about just staying.
Oh, the Oklahoma boy staying in Oklahoma.
I'm not an Oklahoma boy.
I know.
I just live here.
I know. You're from Mississippi, but that really grinded your gears earlier this year.
Yeah.
So there may be a new school opening in Oklahoma. Do you want to release any of that, or is that still under cap, or we're not talking about it yet?
I don't know how much I can talk about it, but
possibly this year though.
Yes.
Okay. That just makes you have to have another visit so you can tell us all about the school then.
Yeah. It's a reputable school. He's a world champion in one of the top promotions. I'm just going to say that.
All right, we'll leave it at that, because otherwise now we'll both be getting sued or something, and neither one of us want that. But that's cool. That's cool. Were you looking to bounce someplace else, to Texas, back to Mississippi, Louisiana, or something like that, just to kind of get some different flair underneath you?
Yeah, so me, Cap, and Neo were talking, and we were all gonna move to Georgia and train under AR Fox.
Ooh, that's a hell of a one. I like that. No disrespect to whoever this champion is in one of the bigger divisions, yada, yada, yada. But, I love Georgia, by the way. Like, we really think, first and foremost, the wife loves the Savannah bananas, so that would be an easy sell for me to move to Georgia. I love peaches, so that's number one. And there's no snow, or there's minimal amount of snow. I'll put it that way. So that's actually someplace in like a year and a half when he graduates that we're looking at, like hardcore.
Oh, that's nice. I've never been. I want to go.
I've been through Georgia when we were little going to Florida. And we stopped for like a bathroom break or something, but we never had time to meander, essentially. That is what I want to happen this year for our family vacation. More of a scoping out for me, but I can say family vacation for them, right?
Yeah.
Until they listen to this and they're like, oh.
The furthest I went east is Mississippi. So I'm...
I still think it needs to be a new era, and you need to make it to Pennsylvania this year.
So we actually talked about that last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know if you know how many CODA Brand members there are.
When I talked to Cam, I thought there's 5.
In total, there are 4 wrestlers, 1 manager, 1 commentator, and 1 ring announcer.
Oh, so there's 2 that I didn't count. The ring announcer and the referee is the one I didn't count.
Yeah. Well, we also have our like R-Truth type of person, which he's not in the CODA Brand, but he found my shirt at a show and he put it on and took a picture, and he edits all our photos with him in it.
Okay, nice. I love that. I love that. So,
yeah,
all
we
right.
haven't announced everybody.
You haven't announced everybody. I hope that I could possibly be an honorary member one day, if not full-fledged. You already hate that idea.
No, I will talk to the board of directors because it's a voting thing.
It's exclusive, and I'm not exclusive. You can say it, Malik. That's fine.
We would love to have you.
Well, I'm just saying. New Era needs CODA people up here. So, I have an idea. Just saying.
We can hop in a car.
You can hop in a car. So the last time I talked to you, you weren't CODA. You were still kind of doing your own thing. So how did you become CODA before the big question?
So remember when I said I broke up with my tag team, broke up Chosen Influence?
Yep.
And I said there's this group that I was that we were talking. That's CODA Brand.
That was it. Plain and simple. That easy. Okay. So this is a question, and hopefully the rest of the CODA members that will be on the show here in the upcoming future realize they're going to have this question asked to them. I want your own opinions. How did and who started the CODA Brand? Like, who is responsible for this juggernaut? And I've called it a faction, and Cam corrected me. I called it a family, and he's like, maybe, but it's a sponsorship, and yada, yada, yada. You've heard all that last week, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you completely support what he said? Do you feel you're more of that than a faction of, like, DX or NWO or anything like that?
Yeah, we're more... It's a sponsorship, but at the same time, we're also like a family.
Okay.
Because we make sure, before we let anybody in the group, this is one thing, before we let anybody in the group, we make sure that all the members of CODA Brand get along with him. Plus, there's no access, like bad or negativity that comes with them before we say yes or no.
Oh, well, then I'm definitely out because I'm a sour apple. I'm a rotten apple, I guess. I would definitely not be in the CODA Brand.
No, I haven't heard anything about you.
All right. You haven't dug deep enough then. No, I'm kidding.
Well, except for Evian, but...
Well, that's apples to oranges then, right?
Right.
Yeah, we don't even need to bring him up on this podcast today, do we?
I mean, we can, because I'm also CODA Brand knows, but I'm also the third member of KOA.
Right.
So
where you're throwing yourself under the bus. So where do your real allegiance lie?
see, if there was ever CODA Brand versus KOA, I'm staying in the back.
You chicken shit. That's horrible. You have to pick. It's I don't know. I don't want to compare it to anything in history, but you have to pick a side.
See, with CODA Brand, it's different from with like KOA.
How so?
Like CODA Brand, we're a family. We're like, like if you see one of us, you probably are. Let me put it. So you know how when Trinity was in TNA,
Okay.
and then you look up in the stand somewhere, there's Mercedes, there's Bailey, there's Tamina, and they're like in the skies.
Yep.
That's CODA Brand.
Okay.
KOA, on the other hand, is like, we'll share each other's stuff. You might not see us together all the time, but the support is there.
Okay. I get it. I get it. Again, we'll keep using this word because that's where I really feel it is. It is family. Again, CODA is family. KOA is close associates then.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's not always best to stir the pot to stay with your family. Sometimes they are rotten to the core. Correct?
Yeah, last night, Nia was a little bit rotten.
Yeah. Listen, fourth wall down, Malik has just woken up from a slumber because he was in the car for about 12 hours driving Neo home. Wall back up. We don't need to get into that unless you need to.
Yeah, yesterday was the day.
It was a day. So to answer the question then that I asked, and I'll re-ask it, how did the CODA Brand start? Who is responsible for it?
Cam is responsible for the CODA Brand. It's all his vision. The members got picked randomly. Like everything just was organic.
Okay.
So
it wasn't randomly out of a bingo shoot thing that you just say, hey, Malik's going to be in it. Oh, this one's going to be in it. Oh, Neo's going to be in it. Oh, I'm going to run it. I like the word that you used, organically. You may have crossed paths in the locker room. You may have seen each other on a card but didn't talk or something like that. But your energies all went to the same place at one point.
yeah.
So can you discuss how Cam came to you and asked, or you went to Cam and asked, or did you just tag along with Cam and say, oh, we're a brand?
As you know, I was the first ever CTC World Title Champion.
Yes.
And he was managing me while I was CTC champion in Oklahoma. But when I was in shows in Oklahoma, he was managing Neo. But I was in Chosen Influence at this time, so I couldn't be like, yeah, I'm with y'all, or yeah, you're with me type thing. So when Chosen Influence broke up, we knew at that point that we were going to be a group. And then how Cap came along is he was supposed to be Luke Richmond's tag partner.
Luke Richmond. There's a name we haven't heard for a while.
Yeah, he was supposed to be his tag partner against me and Neo, but Neo got to him first, and he joined CODA Brand.
So everything just pieces fell in part. Once you were done, everybody was like, yep, we're just going to follow Malik and Cam, essentially as well, and just make this brand, the supporters of each other, this family, and essentially take over Oklahoma wrestling.
Basically.
And Texas as well. Western
Yes.
Texas, yeah. Okay. So give me a little bit, because that's kind of where it started, tail end, yada, yada, yada. Give me kind of a little synopsis of a recap for 2023, since you were on early, kind of how everything else kind of trickled out with the CODA brand and matches and so on and forth. Kind of just like a little quick review in a couple minutes.
Okay, so 2022, I got hurt,
Yep.
The spill with the split leg moonsault, all of that. So 2023, I messed that all the way up.
Yeah, you're going backwards there, buddy.
I was on early, and then I cut off my hair, and then Chosen Influence broke up. Me and Devion were in a feud at this time in Texas. Because right after, because he said something about working at Walgreens. I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly.
We finished up our feud at the promotion in Texas. Cap came to NCWO and answered my open challenge in April. So did Dominic Whiteheart, and then me and Cap attacked Dominic to officially form CODA Brand as a whole.
And you have not looked back since.
No. Then also, me and Olivier teamed up in Tulsa and won their tag titles and became the first ever African American intergender tag team champions in the state of Oklahoma.
Which is amazing. Congratulations to you both on that.
And then right after we lost those, I took a break. I was like, hey, my neck hurts. I'm chilling. But I was still wrestling because I was traveling with Olivier. And then I moved her to Vegas in November. And then I just started back wrestling in January.
So that's a little synopsis of what went on. Champions, that's awesome. Breaking up, yada, yada, yada. So 2024, we're jumping all over the place because there are some questions we're going to get to. But 2024 for you, we'll save for the brand for later, but 2024 for you, you just come back after a break. What are you really striving for? What is, your meat and potatoes goal this year?
So one of my biggest goals was to hit 100 matches. Not within a year, but just like my 100th match.
Oh, you got to be close, right?
Last night, I hit 99.
Yeah, see, I was going to say you have to be just seeing clips and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, man, I had, from the first time you were on the show, you have to be close. So your next match is 100.
Yes, and I'm debuting, and I've never faced or been in the ring with Romeo Reese, and we're facing off next week.
Oh, damn. Nice.
I debut my 100th match.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you've also checked a lot of new organizations off of your list last year too, right?
Yeah, WAW, which is in Waco, Texas. Rampage Wrestling, I was there last night. I started last year. Square Circle Pro, which is also in West Texas. I wrestled at MPW, which is West Texas.
Yeah, so
all the Arkansas promotions.
Yeah, so that's like 5 to 10 more. That's pretty awesome in a year.
Yeah.
Are there...
And that's also traveling with Olivier.
You have been?
Yeah.
So you've been out to Vegas a few times?
I haven't been back since I moved her. But I'm planning on going back like late May-ish.
Okay. Do you have bookings already out there? Wow, we're just all over the place. But do you have bookings already out there?
No, I don't. She just made her debut last night or it would be Saturday,
Right.
not Saturday.
Everybody now understands. It's not a hidden feature anymore on Can Crushers. Everybody knows we pre-record. So yeah.
Yeah, she just made her debut in the Vegas scene last night at FSW Future Stars.
Nice. Yeah, we'll have to make the phone call to her to follow up on her. Check how Vegas is going, how much money she's lost out there already, because I understand.
Yeah, she lives down the street from, well, every corner has a casino.
Right, every corner.
There's slot machines in the 7-Eleven. It's like...
Yeah. Well, it's getting to be like that in Pennsylvania. At least there's the one-touch buttons or games or anything. Wherever you go, you can throw a buck or something in or sit there for hours and just continue to lose money. It's a bad thing, especially when your wife has a gambling problem. But I digress.
I don't have one of those yet.
That's okay, too. Oh, she's really going to hate me after this one. Before we get to the silly questions, I really want to know what, and I know we've hinted around it the whole time, and we kind of even started with it, but besides the words family, what does the CODA brand mean to you?
So with CODA brand, there's like, basically if something happens, I message them. So they're my support system also.
In and out of wrestling.
In and out of wrestling. Like when me and Neil would sit on the phone for like 10 hours and just talk. Same thing. Well, Cam, I think the longest I've been on the phone with Cam is like 6 hours. And then Cap works a lot. So I don't really get to call him as much, but he said whenever he'll call him and he'll get back to us. So, but they're more like, they're the support system. So if anything happens in wrestling or anything happens in my life, like I go straight to them. They're my number ones.
Right. And it's great to have. And it's amazing that you have people like that, but it's so old school because I like that they're phone calls, right? They are phone calls. They're not complete text the whole time, right?
Oh yeah. Like if I text a group chat and Neil answers first, I call him.
Yeah. That's so, and I'm going to throw it out this way, that's so 80s that it is, you would talk to your friends for hours on the phone, just hanging, holding up the phone for anybody else to call. But there's more of a connection there. I said during the podcast that, we throw shit at each other all year, we text or whatever, but it's different right now because I'm listening to you. I picture you. The voices mean more to me to have you come on the show and us just chat wrestling like that because that's our relationship. I love this connection that we have that we've never met in person because of random things that happen, but but we just have that connection, and I think the voice is more, and I love that you do that with your friends, support staff, the CODA brand, however we're going to call this. We're really ripping down the fourth wall right now, Malik, so I apologize.
Right.
But I love that you still do that via phone compared to, I can text somebody for 10 hours, but I don't know if they're really into it,
Right. Yeah, it helps a lot because you never know if you're bothering somebody during text message or if it's like actually genuine.
Oh, I agree. Where it's genuine when you're physically talking to them. So.
Right.
All right. Before we get into the silly questions, this is the last question I have for you. Let's talk some of the major leagues right now, professional wrestling, and there's a lot going on. I don't know if you want to get into allegations or anything, but the number one story right now is everybody's pissed off that The Rock is back at WrestleMania. We were clamoring for it 2 years last year. I'm okay with it. What are your thoughts that The Rock is now facing Roman and taking essentially Cody's spot?
So when it was happening, I was in the ring with Cap. So we didn't find out about it until after. But everybody has wanted Rock versus Roman for the longest amount of time.
Right.
And now we're getting it, and everybody is mad.
I don't understand it. I don't. Listen, I live wrestling. I enjoy wrestling. I am still a mark, even though I'm kind of pseudo in the business and everything. I just don't understand how people snap like that fast. Like 2 weeks ago when he said maybe I should sit at the head of the table, everybody was like, okay. Now that it happened, they have turned on him. I don't get it.
I feel like it's because it's Cody. Like, Cody won the Rumble, and he's like, I need to finish my story. I need to do this. I need to do this. And everybody is like, Cody, Cody, Cody. And now it's Rock. But we're forgetting WWE doesn't just have one title anymore.
Right?
He can also go after Seth, who is literally on the same roster as him.
Right? I'm agreeing with everything you say because it makes... And I feel The Rock's not taking his spot because Cody had the opportunity last Monday to say, I'm taking on Roman. And he didn't say that. So...
He didn't. He said he'll think about it. And they're not giving him enough time to actually choose.
Right.
He can take how long he wants, as long as it's before WrestleMania.
Exactly. But he said he's not choosing Roman. Listen, this story, and everybody out there that's listening that didn't listen to the Crushy Awards when we make our poll predictions, I said Roman wasn't losing at WrestleMania no matter who it was going to be anyway, with the whole timeline of by SummerSlam, he's erasing Hulk Hogan's record, which I believe WWE wants out of there. It makes you hate Roman even more. So when whoever beats him for this title, I have different thoughts now, I'm going to save that until later, is so uber over that you kind of forget Roman when he goes to the wayside for like 6 months before he comes back and becomes full-time, part-time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That is true. And a lot of people are mad at Roman because he's basically part-time. But I'm like, this man is still battling leukemia.
Yeah.
He can't wrestle every week.
Right. Exactly. By the way, so everybody knows, I want to hear your thoughts on this. The teasers are already out there. I think it's going to be Seth Rollins that takes everything away from Roman after he loses this to Cody in like 6 months or so after SummerSlam.
I can see that actually happening, honestly.
The whole right back to the Shield fight. And I know people have now forgotten about the Shield because the bloodline has been just immersed in our systems for years now. But what a hell of a callback.
Yeah. And it gives, because Roman never beat Seth.
Mm-mm. No.
Seth won the match by disqualification.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's one. WWE is a whole turn. The allegations, they're just disgusting, aren't they? Outright disgusting.
Oh, are you talking about the...
Oh, Vince is what I'm talking about.
My name is Bennett, and I'm not in it. Yeah. Oh, wait, I got a new one. My name is Malik, and I'm going to go eat. Yeah.
Is there anything else AEW wise, TNA wise, anything that you're really enjoying right now?
Trinity / Naomi being the only person in history, possibly, to be featured on both WWE and TNA for about 3 weeks now.
Yeah. Because everything after Hard to Kill was taped for about a month.
Yeah, and she's there every week, and she's also on SmackDown. So
it's pretty awesome. I see big things for her this year in the WWE. Once we get past Mania, because then I think there's a lot of continued title changes because we've had long reigns for a while. No pun on Roman Reigns, but we've had long reigns of champions for a while. There needs to be a year of chaos now to kind of erase that, right?
Yeah, every champion has had almost at least 200 or more days, except for the women's tag titles.
Yeah, and that's hard pressed because there's barely teams, and then when they have the title, somebody gets injured. So maybe the Kabuki Warriors will reset that division, and then you'll get that the following year, is what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I'm honestly loving the women's division right now.
We've been saying that on Can Crushers forever, Malik, that listen, they are the meat and potatoes of wrestling in the WWE. I love it. I can't wait until we see what Naomi does. I'm really excited. Alexa should be in the mix to come back soon. I want to see Carmella come back soon, both, having babies. I was pulling for AJ Lee, but I don't know. Yes, it still makes sense because Punk is still linked to the WWE, but I don't know if she comes back while he's injured.
But yeah, no, she's not, because I think she's also dealing with a back injury still.
Okay, so that would be awesome. But yeah, the women's division across both, I think, are carrying it. I really do. I love what AEW is doing. I love what WWE is doing. Okay, you ready for the stupid, silly questions? Because we always have them. If you had to write a book about something, what would you write a book about starting tomorrow?
You want me to write? I'm a wrestler. God. I'm just kidding. I would write a book about respect.
Ooh. I like that. We don't need to get deep into it, but I like it. I really do. I think it makes perfect sense. If we go back to your very first time coming on the show, we talked a lot about that and, your background and everything. So I like that. I really do.
Yeah.
In your life, what is the weirdest thing you've ever seen?
Oh, this is going to be a good one right here. I like this one.
Okay.
So, me and my sister and one of our friends who worked with us, we went to go eat at this place called San Marcos in Oklahoma. And as we're coming out, I hear police sirens. I'm like, jokingly, oh yeah, it's a high-speed chase. And they go past us, and it's a literal high-speed chase. And it's a U-Haul they're chasing. And the U-Haul's on 2 wheels.
No way.
Flying past us. And so we hop in the car to follow, and then we lose them.
Of course you did.
I want to see everything that happened. But we were confused on why they were following a U-Haul, but they robbed a Dick's Sporting Goods that was down the street in a U-Haul and thought they were going to get away.
Like they popped open the back of the truck and was just throwing stuff in real quick? Or
oh yeah, they had a lot of stuff back there. Boats and clothing and sports items. Yeah, it was weird.
Okay. All right. I'm sure that's not. I'm shocked. Not sure. I'm shocked that didn't end up on your TikTok or anything like that. And I know you keep it mostly wrestling, but I know you would definitely post something like that. That would be so awesome.
If I would have pulled my phone out in time, yes, but I was the driver, so we were running to the car to get in.
We gotta go. Hurry up. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question comes from one of our past guests.
Hey, what's up, guys? Cam the CODA here. If you haven't seen my interview, go check it out. Obviously, especially you, who I'm about to ask this question to, you little goofy. If you had your own action figure, what would it look like and what would it come with?
I would have my LED shoes, clearly. I would have my hair pick.
Yes. I was hoping you would say that. Is that stuck in your head, or is it a weapon that you can use?
It's a weapon I can use.
Okay, so it pops out.
Yeah. And then I would also have... I would have a Cam the CODA figure with me also, and his camera his phone for the blog.
So you're getting a 2-pack with you two, then essentially.
Yes.
Okay. Ruthless aggression pack of Malik and Cam.
Yep.
What is one thing that still surprises people about you?
In wrestling or in general?
In wrestling. Yeah, in the wrestling world, I guess.
So, as you know, I have gained weight. Not bad weight,
No.
but like I've gained weight. I look 250, but I'm not 250. We're just gonna say that. I'm 250 plus. But a lot of people still to today don't know how athletic I am.
And that's your background. So, again, I'm not pushing everybody here on this podcast to go back and listen to the one from a couple years ago, but it's okay if you want to. Pause now and go back and listen to the other few that he's been on. But we talked about it. Your background is all sports. It is cheerleading. Yeah. It is this, that, and the other thing. So your body is just accustomed to it. Yes, putting on weight, whatever, but you're just used to it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't know that, like, I can still, at 250 plus, I can still pull out a moonsault or even do the splits, or my stamina is a lot better than somebody who's like 180 with a 8-pack.
And would you, in an 8-pack, I've heard 6 or 12, but all right, 8-pack, what do you hold that to? Because, listen, it's been a couple of years since we first met and we talked about, your background and everything. What do you put that to? Or do you continually work on conditioning? Is your body just equipped and built that way no matter what happens to it? Like, what do you say is the reason that you are still so athletically gifted, is what I'll say?
I don't know. I honestly think I'm a freak of nature. Because
okay.
Before I got into like all these sports, I could do backflips, I could run, I could do the splits, I could do all of this. It just, when I got into the sports, I had somewhere to actually show this stuff.
Couple tougher questions now. In the wrestling world, you've been in it a couple years now. What continues to motivate you?
Honestly, myself. Yeah, I would say myself, because there were times, I think, when I got hurt, and even last year when I took that like 6-month break, I wanted to quit. Like I was legit like last year, if I wasn't traveling with Olivier as much, I was gonna quit. But then in the back of my head, I'm like, I've spent $1,500 on training, plus more than that on gas and traveling, and my gear closet has over like 15 gears in it. That's like $2,000-$3,000 as a whole. So I'm like, I've spent money and time on this. Like, I can't give up on it now.
Right. You can't. One, because of what we just said, how athletic gifted you are. Two, because of the money. And I will always say, and we've talked about this before too, it's okay to take breaks in anything in life, professional wrestling, any job that you have, this, that, or the other, because one, your body is so fragile. Not saying that you're weak or anything, but everybody's body is essentially fragile. And what else is fragile in this day and age, and I speak of this wholeheartedly, that's why you see me kind of go in a closet every once in a while. Mental health just beats people down. It is just crazy anymore. So if you need to take a break for 2 months, come back, get your head straight, it's okay. I condone that. Everybody condones it if they're a wonderful human being, right?
Yeah. And people should understand that.
I do like that you said that you're the one, to get back to the question, that you motivate yourself. It's not things in wrestling. And I'll leave it at that. Everybody can dig in their own way. If I mean championships or matches or anything like that, I want to know, and take the money out and the time and everything. But what is your motivation then to kind of spin it the other way to motivate yourself? And I had this not written down, by the way. This has now just popped into my head. What continues to motivate you to be in wrestling? Is it the fame, the opportunities, something like that?
The passion I have for wrestling, honestly. Because that, and I want to prove to myself and others that, like, I can actually do this. I don't have to be that stereotypical person from where I'm from.
I get it. I completely, my heart just sank a little bit now, because we know that we know, but I get it. And that is the truest motivator out there, right?
Yeah.
You can say, air quotes, hate a little bit around that as well. You know, I'm not saying anybody hates you, but the stigma that you can't, that you, would you just say?
There might be a couple of people that hate me.
Well, it's not me. It's Devion. That's about it. I have to pick on somebody every time.
I mean, it's okay to pick on him.
I know. It really is. I'll ask you this, and I know I've asked you before, but I want to see if your answer has changed at all. Wrestling world's crazy, this, that, and the other. What needs to change? What needs to change in professional wrestling? One of your first times, and I kind of completely support it, you said the women's era, essentially around the Oklahoma area, this, that, or the other. How's that going? But is something else trickled into your mind now that you're on the road more, that you've seen more locker rooms or anything like that?
So the women's thing in Oklahoma, we have one woman left. Olivia left. We only have Skylar Slice. So yeah, but my answer has changed, and that is, how do I say it without sounding bad?
I don't know what you're going to say, so I can't tell you.
It won't sound bad, but I think it might be a really bad topic. But so in a lot of locker rooms, there's not a lot of people like me. There's not a lot of black people in a lot of locker rooms. But there's a lot of black wrestlers. If more people could book more black wrestlers, not saying their show would be better, but it'll actually show that the business is actually changing.
And it needs to. It needs to, and I'll be the one. Malik said that, but I will take it a step farther. It needs to be across the board. It starts all the way at WWE. It starts at, AEW. There, maybe by the end of this year, AEW will have Swerve as a champion, and that will be awesome. But it just continues down the pipeline that it's still not inclusive, essentially, right?
Yeah.
It's 2024, people. Wake the fuck up. They're wrestlers. That's number one. Skin color, this, that, or the other shouldn't matter. It's what they do in the ring, what they do outside of the ring, how they put asses in seats. I don't care. So change your ways, people.
Yeah. And I think that's the reason why CODA Brand kind of bands together as much as we do. And even KOA, like KOA is kind of an extension of CODA Brand, if you really think about it.
It's the minor leagues. Yeah.
Devion is also tag team partners with Cappuccino Jones, who is in the CODA Brand. And I'm in KOA. So it's all there's like different parts. We all band together, and like Devion gets me booked places. I get Devion booked places. Same with Kane. Same with Cap. Same with Neo. Like we support each other.
As you should. As you should, because that is throwing out the names of KOA and CODA Brand and everything like that. The support system that Yins have just shows that you're ready to take on the world no matter what. Storylines thrown out the window, hatred in the ring, out of the ring, whatever. The support there is stronger than any organization, any faction could bring to professional wrestling.
Yes.
So what are the goals then for the brand in 2024? We talked about yours, and I heard Cam's last week. What do you think? And I know you listened to the podcast, so don't give me the same PC answer that Cam gave me. What are your goals, a member of the CODA Brand, for the brand?
So for the brand, I want Nia to come back.
Begging. Somebody's holding up a sign alongside the road. Yeah. Neo, come back.
Yeah, I want him to come back. I want us to get matching gear, and I want us to travel as much as a group and get closer. Like, titles aside, like, if we win trios titles, good. But at the same time, I'm more about making us better as a group, and like where people can see the actual chemistry when we're in the ring.
Yeah. Making it, and I'm going to use this because it's the hottest one out there for the last running years, a independent bloodline, essentially. The bloodline, if you listen to the weekly shows, we've talked about maybe one of the strongest factions ever now because of what they have done over these years, kind of up there with the Horsemen, overtaking the Shield, possibly overtaking the NWO. This running amok with the CODA Brand is that faction, that support group, that family that can make a difference, again, in and out of the ring, in independent wrestling, in wrestling in general. So you're saying more, you'd like to make history than worry, and I'm speaking non-wrestling right now, but if we're going to speak wrestling, titles and championships mean a lot, but the CODA Brand means more to the world than wrestling, right?
Basically.
Okay. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you know where I'm dancing around, because, listen, everybody in Dakota relies on everybody because of what you just said, because the locker rooms are not full of color until the CODA comes. Then it's different.
Right.
Okay.
I can say the one locker room I have been in that is very diverse, and like you can't find a lot of their shows online, but Rampage Wrestling that runs out of like Abilene and Lubbock, Texas, their entire locker room is just different. And like you can tell everybody wants to be better. Not knocking any promotion, but like that's one promotion that I can say that has a lot of different ethnicities. Different ethnic backgrounds in their locker room.
And that transitions to fans too, because listen, as much as whatever I'm doing on my side, I understand that. I'm still a fan, number one, over being commissioner / partner, whatever, in the organization that I'm starting. But the fans see that, and it shows sometimes. If you don't have that diversity, it says something about you wholeheartedly as a human being too, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going to go down that path, but I'm glad we did. And I'm glad I had that conversation with you, because we're close enough that we're not going to step on each other's toes. We can say that, and without getting it strewed about, we understand each other, right?
Yes.
All right. Give me where you're going to be. Remind everybody of your socials, where we can buy your merch. Did I forget anything else that you want to bring up? You know the whole story.
So this weekend I'm at WAH in Tulsa facing Romeo Reese for his heavyweight title. The weekend after that I am on vacation, but Cam is in Oklahoma City for Empire. And I don't know what member of CODA Brand it is. It might be the newest member. I don't know. Somebody's helping him beat up Romeo because he punched him in the face at the last Empire show. I'm not saying it's me.
That you're on vacation. Can't be you.
Yeah, I'm on vacation. Love Cam, but
We just said sometimes you need a break, right?
yeah, I'm gonna be down by Padre. So
Okay.
yeah, Cam can call who he wants, but and then my socials are all my socials really are just Jamardrick, just JAMARDRIC.
And then your merch?
It's all on Pro Wrestling Tees. Pro Wrestling Tees / Malik Mayfield.
It's like pulling a tooth with you. Trying to get you some money here.
I'm also trying to think of something else we could talk about. Because, yeah.
What else do you want to talk about? You're going to throw me under the bus usually then when you say,
No, I'm not throwing you on the bus. But I do want to say my dream match has changed.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's do this because I'm intrigued now.
So, I want to have a 8-man tag match.
So you're throwing your solos out the window.
Solos out the window.
Okay.
8-man tag Survivor Series style.
Okay. Give me
CODA Brand.
Of course. I figured that against
the Rascals.
Oh. I like that. I do like that. So where? The stipulation is it's a Survivor Series match, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But where?
I say Madison Square Garden.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said that. I yell at everybody for saying that's the easy way out. That's a PC answer. That's the this or that. There's just so much history there that everybody would love to have one match in their career there, no matter what, right?
Yeah, true.
Get it?
If not Madison Square Garden, I would do it in Vegas for Impact.
Oh,
Hard to Kill.
Nice. So we're bringing it back to Hard to Kill.
Yeah.
Goals this year. This again, we talked about your goals essentially, but always wanting to get a dark match on something, possibly sniff with TNA or anything like that. Are you pushing for that more this year, or is it still build because Rome wasn't built in a day?
So as of right now, my goals are to get in better, not in ring shape, but like physically looking better and changing up my look and being more presentable so I can get those opportunities for like AEW, WWE, TNA.
Is there something, I'm going to be mean maybe, is it completely like a diet change? Is there what steps are you taking towards that then? Like extra days in the gym or what?
Working out more, not drinking soda.
That's number one, dude. Listen, if you haven't drank soda for a while, like within a week, you lose pounds because it's just the crap that's in it.
Yeah. And I bought me a gallon water jug, and I put my body weight in the calculator, and it said I needed to drink 2 full gallons a day to start losing weight.
You're gonna pace yourself into that, right? Because 2 gallons of water a day is rough.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
between the entire day. I think when I first started it, I was trying to rush it. Like I would do it only at work, and then like drink the whole 1 gallon in like 4 hours, and then the other gallon before I hit midnight. That's what I was doing. I would not do that again. I was in the restroom every 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can also damage stuff inside of you by drinking that much that quick.
Yeah, so I'm pacing myself, try to drink like a gallon before I go to work and then a gallon while I'm at work.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Any extra like vitamins or, I've talked about, we have a new sponsor that I mentioned at the beginning. Dubby is like an energy drink powder. It doesn't have like calories or anything like that. That it's unbelievable right now. I do one now a day compared to like, and I won't mention the brands that I used to drink, but everybody knows them. But I just don't want to give them shade right now. But I would drink 2 or 3 of those cans a day to keep awake. I'm doing like a 20-ounce glass of water with this stuff in it now, and I have no crashes, and I don't even take a nap after work anymore. So
right,
that's a cool one. But are you doing any like extra vitamins, anything like this? Because listen, you mentioned your weight, this, that, and the other thing. It's going to take a minute to get there, and are you just helping it along legally? You're not going to look like Scott Steiner anytime soon.
Yeah, no, I don't. So what I want to get to is like, I don't know if you know who Lucian Price is.
I don't.
From NXT.
Offhand, I do not.
He's a former football player, and he's now signed to WWE.
Okay.
He's like built, like you can see his, like you can see everything, like the muscles and all of that. But he's also not where he can't stand at attention if he puts his arms down.
I get it. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to get like that where I can, like, you can see the physical build on me, but at the same time, I'm not
roided out.
Yeah, I can't. I can reach my shoelaces if I bend down. Let's say that.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
I can put my socks on.
Yeah. Well, it's good.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a this year big goal then.
Yeah, my biggest goal this year, like if anything above that comes, like if I do get to AEW, WWE, TNA, New Japan, all of that, that's fine. But my biggest goal is to physically look TV ready.
I like that because you know that you have the in-ring stuff down. You have the promo ability down. You have the psychology down. Now this is the year about Malik. This is the physical year. To get where you really know to move to the next level year.
Yeah.
I like that. You've done your homework in professional wrestling. You've taken the steps, and you love this. You really do, and you can hear the passion for it. And I love that you're not afraid to tell people it's okay to take a break because this is a tough business in and out of the ring.
Yeah. It like inside of the ring, it's fun. But like a lot of people don't see the backstage stuff, and it is actually kind of draining.
It really is. It really is. Yeah. There's drama. There's this. There's that, and that's just everything else around it. But yeah.
I went through a drought last year. Like one of the biggest reasons I took a break at the end of the year is because I wasn't getting bookings. But that is because of who I was associated with.
Yeah.
That's one thing in the wrestling world. If you associate with somebody that somebody doesn't like, or they have like bad press, which is why what we do with CODA Brand is how we do it. But like, you won't get booked because you're friends with that person or you got trained by this person.
And that's bullshit. It really is, because
It's toxic.
It really is, because just because that person, and I'm not naming names, I don't know the whole story, but I know probably some of the story, whatever. Just because you're associated with X and you've never done dirty to Y at all, they don't book you, or they won't give you a look because X might come along with you and start something, or however a promoter might book it. It's not right to all wrestlers across the board, because there's one bad apple that ruins a brand, a family, an organization in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That it's bad to think of it that way, but that's how it is. Like, but that's how the world is also. Like, I don't want to be friends with somebody who is like friends with somebody who knows they like do bad. Like,
yeah, but in that same aspect, if they've never done you dirty and you all had at least a relationship at one time, don't you want to give that friend Y, who's never done anything to you, an opportunity?
possibly, but then at the same time, you never know if you're gonna be in a situation where that X needs help and you're with Y, and now he's going that way, and you're in that situation.
I get it. Eyes in the back of your head.
Yeah, you are the company you keep.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's probably the best way we could both put it. That's exactly right.
Yeah, so like I went through that drought and I had to physically remove myself from certain people so I could start building my resume up.
Thus, insert the CODA brand.
Yes.
Support system, family, great
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. And and it's nobody in wrestling. I can say that. Like, it is legitimately nobody in wrestling. It's people that I had around me outside of wrestling that I would take to a show with me, and they'd be like, well, this person did this last time and they were with you. And now every promoter knows that this person did this person did this, even though they're not in wrestling.
Yep.
So,
yep. Those people. All right, my friend. I will throw it out there anything else, because that carried a great conversation. I like that. I do.
It should be out by then, but go subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can see Malik Mayfield take on other CODA Brand member, Cappuccino Jones, for the 918 title at Core Professional Wrestling.
And we'll get Cap's side to that match in a couple weeks. Let's hear your side to it a little bit.
So basically, I had to call Cap's bluff. Instead of me asking Cap for the match, I called the promoter.
Oh.
They got the match set up that way. And Cap wasn't too happy when we ran into each other. He asked, and I basically said he wouldn't give me the match because he was scared.
He admitted he was scared.
No, I told him he was scared.
You told him he was scared. Okay. I was going to say, wow, That's a spin on wrestling that somebody actually admits that they're scared.
No, I told him he was scared, and we did what we had to do in the ring.
No spoilers. Go out and watch it on YouTube. We will
No
not.
spoilers.
No.
But there was no handshakes in the match either.
And this is your friend, your associate, your family member.
Yes, but at the same time, also, I'm that guy in CODA Brand that's going to call your bluff. It's the same thing with Neo when Neo comes back. He wants my title, and I will give him a shot, but I'm going to call his bluff with it. I'm going to make sure you're on your A game at all times. Either if it's me, or if you're going against Moose, or if you're going against Roman Reigns, I'm going to be that person to be like, you're going to do this, and you're going to do it right, and you're going to do it good.
Business is business.
Yeah.
I get it.
I also like gold, so, I mean, a new
right.
title
Who doesn't?
Yeah, a new title wouldn't be bad.
No. All right, my friend, until we speak again, it's going to be sooner this time because I want to hear about some stuff in the near future where you're heading to train, yada, 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 because then maybe we can have an in to speak with this person and find out why he opened the company, yada, 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 because we love stuff like that.
Why he moved to Oklahoma? That's a question I want to ask.
To be closer to you in the CODA Brand.
I mean, a world champion in the CODA Brand?
You never know.
I honestly want to say the name. I already have. You didn't peep it. But I already said the name.
I was not paying attention then. I must have been writing notes to write down the description for this week's show. Son of a bitch. Good thing I have to edit this then, huh?
Yeah, because you see, I named off the world champions.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Now I know who you mean. Because I got it. All right, guys. Malik, tell everybody goodbye one more time.
I'll see you guys later.
Hey guys, this is Olivia Vegas, and I am the fashionista of fame from OKC, and you're listening to Can Crushers.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my friend, and I will say it like that first before I say professional wrestler, but my friend, Malik Mayfield, as we talk about wrestling in general, what the CODA Brand means to him, how it started, who started it, and just so much more. This was refreshing to me. It really was. As I said in the beginning of the show, it's always something to have somebody on the show that you're just so happy to speak to. And Malik makes me happy as we go down a path. And I love that Malik opened up about some of the stuff on the show this week that kind of grinds his gears, what he's looking forward to here in 2024, the big name possibly that he's going to go train at, him and Cappuccino Jones, who's going to, again, Cap will be on in a couple weeks as well, just what the brand means inside and outside of wrestling. And it's so great to have a support system like that. So, Malik, you got my number. You can always call. And if you'd like to be on Can Crushers, cancrushers69@gmail.com or any of our socials, you can slide into our DMs. We can get you on to tell your story too. Guys, don't forget about our merch over at CrowdMade. Type in Can Crushers. Don't forget the WWE affiliate code is in our notes and our everything else, man. Just support us, support the independent wrestlers, because these spotlights mean so much to us and them to get their word out. Remember, just because you're trash doesn't mean you can't do great things. It's called a garbage can, not a garbage cannot. Make sure you tell your loved ones you love them. 2 legs or 4, because you never know.